let us go within the isles of the unknown. Is this the front of the microphone? I'm not exactly 100% sure, chat. I can hear myself! Hello, Marcos, you slacking piece of macaroni. Zogo Goblin, here's the answer. It is called fuel for the fire until nothing remains. Now we will proceed to the topic. Let's just see what Siri says. Magnusson. He's just an average Black Mesa scientist. Average! This guy's average! He's gonna hunt you down, Siri. He's gonna take that oscilloscope and connect you to it to read your brainwaves and copy your brain, Magnusson brain. He's gonna make a copy of you. He's gonna take that brain and then he's gonna delete you for fun. For which you said he's just average? That is an insult. Be careful, Siri. Magnusson is listening. We're not sure where he is right now. That guy's not just a genius, but he's crazy. So, Magnusson is just an average Black Mesa scientist who gets angry easily. And when somebody ruins something, he will get infuriated. Like when the casserole was ruined, where his special tasty food was made into mush. Bring Magnusson mush. It is the Magnusson casserole turning to Magnusson mush. You think that is something he would accept? You think it is something he would just walk away with and forgive? Forgiveness is but a mere sign for weakness in Magnusson. He must show dominance. He must show he's a big boss, big man, big scientist. He's going to be the next administrator. He must be the next administrator. If he fails in his pursuit for administration, he will be an average scientist. But he's not. So he has the casserole. Chat, give me a second. First of all, we must establish who Magnusson is. Because people in the stream right now are like, Markovas, who are you talking about? Your friend? My friend. You think Magnusson is my friend? What are you saying? You gonna insult Magnusson? He doesn't want to do anything to do with me. I am just an average Markovas. He is a special, secret scientist of the Black Mesa facility. The Black Mesa facility doesn't deserve him, but what better place to become administrator than Black Mesa, the shittiest facility on Earth? Or he's supposed to go to Aperture, get wrecked by Cave Johnson, get Johnsoned, get the Johnson slapped. Magnusson! Arne Magnusson! Dr. Arne Magnusson. He's probably a professor. What is he? He's an old man who is a professional. He's a true professional in his field. He pretty much is like the big boss in Half-Life 2 Episode 2. He controls White Forest. He says what's gonna happen. His word means something. When Arne Magnusson walks in the room and tells you, pick up that can, you don't look at him. You run. You grab it. You recycle it. You turn that can into aluminum ingot. You don't ask questions, but you do. And you don't ask questions. You ask questions, you're going to be turned into something bad. You're going to be sent somewhere you shouldn't be at, because the only way to Magnusson to keep the chaos from spreading is to be bossman, to tell what happens, to say, to make the choices. If he doesn't make the choices, somebody else will, and they are incompetent. And then through that, he gets a megalomania where he is always angry, where he always tries to give orders, where he always has to be right. If he is wrong, he is never wrong. It is impossible for Magnusson to be wrong. The temperature right now is 22 degrees. The other CPU temperature is probably around 80. Look. Hey, when life gives you trash computers, make an egg, make an omelette, alright? For Magnusson to get to where he is in episode 2, he was already kind of like that. Of course, he became worse as he had to go through chaos, trying to stop this dominance and all that. In Black Mesa, he was one of the big scientists, of course. He definitely has a lot of knowledge, and I wouldn't be at all baffled if he was a professor. We don't know exactly if he's a professor, but come on, this guy's educated. He just knows his stuff. The thing is, chat, I don't know if there are any professors here in the chat, any associate professors, PhDs, magistrates, or even bachelors. But in order to get anywhere A professor is the highest title in the... You're a doctor, but a professor is the highest title in the academia. You become a professor, that's it. There is no more going above that. You become a professor, you're always a professor. No, you can be a... You can just be a bachelor or a magistrate and be a teacher. Why would you call a PhD a professor? No, you don't call a teacher a professor if they're not a professor. They could just be an assistant teacher. Associate professor and then professor. Before that are assistants. Yeah, an assistant. So you got assistants, associate professor, and then big boss, the professor. And that's it. And you gotta have your PhDs to get anywhere there. So, first of all, is there like professors or PhDs in chat? Tell me, please! I need to know. In order to get anywhere in the academia, you have to study hard. Depends on the academic situation, but nevertheless, PhD, it's tricky to get. It takes 4, 8, I don't know, fucking nearly a decade worth of pain and suffering to get a PhD. And even if you get a PhD, you need publications, you need to do this, and then you become professor potentially. For Magnusson to get through all this garbage, to get his PhD, because you can't work at Black Mesa without a PhD, you joking with me? Magnusson, to get to where he is, he needed to study hard. He had to go through a lot of garbage in the academic world. His professors were old. All professors are old. Come on, that's pretty much how it is. So, he had to go through a lot of BS. Yeah, I don't think he was a person who really kind of, groveled. You know what grovel means? I don't think he groveled, so potentially he had a lot of issues with authority. Until he grabbed authority by the beard and yanked it. He yanked at the beard. He made the beard null. Beard gone. There is no longer any beard. Until he became boss man, and his word, his knowledge was king. That's what it was. I am 100% sure this was the case, and he found employment in Black Mesa, and then he understood that he had to fight for positions. Dronas, when life gives you bad PC, you make omelette. Yeah, pretty much, chat. If Magnusson climbs the ranks in Black Mesa, he is boss man. He despises being questioned, because being questioned means he doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy didn't get to where he got by being questioned and by questioning himself. He trusts in his knowledge to make always the right decisions. He doesn't care about nonsense. He wants to get the job done. He wants to, get the calculation ready. Make that rocket. Make everything perfect and get results. For only results will climb you up the ladder in Black Mesa research facility and beyond. Why wasn't he an administrator? Because come on, it's not that easy to become an administrator no matter how hard you try. Potentially, maybe if Breen had failed with the resonance cascade and nothing had happened, Magnusson would have become the Black Mesa administrator. It is so likely. It is so damn likely that he would have become an administrator, because he has what it takes to control a big facility. Is he evil in this case? He's a bit of an ass, that's for sure. But right now, can we really say that he's evil? Not yet. Alright, Chad. So in his position in Black Mesa, I think he was like a head scientist or something, very close underneath he was pretty much management. You think he's gonna be a scientist who goes and presses this button, presses that button? No, he was the guy who said to the other guy to press the button. But at the same time, he knew what he was doing. He was fully capable of making the right decisions. But this guy, through his power, found that he could be an ass. Well, he didn't find it, he just was an ass. And he didn't care about people's feelings. He didn't care about people's really well-being. Because come on, Black Mesa taught management not to care. Why is Black Mesa such a hostile place? Because management doesn't care. And Magnusson was part of management. And if he's part of management, and he allows radiation, no railing on the platform, so scientists can fall to their death or in radioactive puddles. He himself is part of this system of wickedness, so he could profit on the backs of others and climb up the ladders. He's using people 100%. Does that make him evil? It kind of makes him not just an ass, but kind of not. Yeah, it's immoral. In this case, the morality is The safety of the Black Mesa personnel. It is being disregarded. It is disregarded, not being. It is disregarded. It is 100% true. Do not question that, because if you have played Half-Life, you would have seen reality. Radiation everywhere, waste, scientists with no railing, alien creatures. You shitting me? It is disregard to any kind of safety that could be had. Is Magnusson evil? He is part of management. Management doesn't care about the well-being of their employees because of the very bad situation the facility is in regards to safety. It's immoral, and it is kind of evil because they're using their employees, squeezing them like sponges, so they can get what they need. That is results. So they can get results, get more funding, and keep working there. And the ranks. That's the purpose of all management in Black Mesa. Magnusson is part of that management. So, it's already very bad points for him, edging towards evilness. But that we can't make that assumption. We can't make that conclusion yet. There is the casserole. What about the casserole, Chad? It's like, oh, Markova said, oh, the casserole is a key component of this video. Yes, Chad, it is the key component. It is the straw, it is the casserole that broke Magnusson's back. He accepted things as they were. He tried to be less of an ass. He tried to not be evil. He tried to be better, to look after his employees, to tell them how good they did, to, you know, pat them on the back. You can do better, because maybe if he was just friendly with them, they wouldn't make mistakes. They would appreciate him for who he is. If he just changes a small bit of himself, maybe he was wrong all this time. Maybe deep in his heart, he could find it in himself to forgive their stupidity and allow their gems, these employees, these downtrodden employees, their gems to shine. Maybe this was the path where he could allow them to blossom. And then Gordon Freeman walks in the cafeteria and presses a few buttons while Magnusson, after a long day working his ass off on stupid rockets, give it an all for Black Mesa, give it all his time, his effort. You think he has fun? His hobby is called work, Chad. So he's been working all day, he's hungry, he's groggy, he's got giant blue circles underneath his eyes. And all he wants to do is to chill a little bit, drink some soda from the shitty vending machine which never works and always steals your damn money, and eat his casserole. A little paradise of meat, which is warm, tasty, which is what he deserves after a long 24 potential hour shift. Who the hell knows? And then comes Gormont Fremont. Just walks in and presses a few goddamn buttons and ruins that small paradise on earth which Magnusson deserved. Destroyed that. Why do you think Magnusson brings that up in episode 2? You think that's an Easter egg? No. That is pretty much the casserole that broke Magnusson's back. That was it. Thought he was going to be good people, that with goodness he would receive, you know, the same, you know, given you shall receive, which is true, by the way. But in his case, there is no room for experimentation. Tests it one time, it doesn't work. Did you not read? Is it? I think, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated is the right thing to do, but Magnusson did that, worked his ass off. And then how has he treated? Did he treat Freeman any? Freeman Kevin ruined the casserole. He destroyed Magnusson. He took his heart and ate it. He took his liver and threw it at Buzzard. Do you understand the problem, Chad? This was it. This was the moment in time where things could have went heavenly. But no. Gormont Freeman decided to do this. And after that, Gormont Freeman causes resonance cascade. So not just his meal was ruined after crazy amounts of work, But then his entire work was demolished. Black Mesa backstabbed him. So you think this is just about a casserole? Think again, chat. This is bigger than we think it is. This is greater than we've ever imagined in the pit of imagination in creative colors. Food, which is the reward, is all of his work he has worked on, destroyed. Do you think Magnusson is gonna be a good little puppy and treat people nicely? No, he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna be like, nobody knows better than me. And I will fix this or it will take 1,000,000 people and I will still not change my mind. Because I know, and I know best. Through this, he became a full-on ass. Doesn't care about the employees because the employees didn't care about him. That is not objectively true, but he doesn't give a flying casserole about it. Alright, chat? After everything we've summed about Mr. Professor Arne Magnusson, is Magnusson a beautiful person? Or he's just wicked? Well, from the heart, from the core. It's up to you to say, to decide, chat. Take that little decision and put it for the chat to not wait. No. So, with all the decision, with all the input we have received about Mr. Magnus, I like the music and he's damaged. Bessie says he's damaged as well. He's been damaged by the world. We shouldn't use that as an excuse to say he can do whatever he wants. Of course, he doesn't do bad things. Everything that he does is to, it's in the name of science. It's to create. It's to make something better, something greater. It is to advance science to another degree. Sure, he was part of the management in Black Mesa, and that was pretty bad of him to do. But what was he supposed to say no and get kicked out, get wrecked? In order to get somewhere, he has to make sacrifices. And through that immorality, through that wickedness, he reached somewhere where he could have potentially had an impact. But everything went to the shitter. But after that, after everything went to that, toilet, that awful toilet, he now had power in White Forest. And I don't think he's not really evil. It's just the world is what it is, and he had to adapt to it. The circumstances were what they were, and he had to adapt to them. Does he have a constant psychopathic drive to punish people, to make them feel awful and stuff like that? No. But the only way for him to keep people in line is through his anger, through from just putting them down in their place, through telling them that they know nothing, and he does. That is the only way Magnusson can keep things together and advance science and protect himself and those around him from calamities. Because if idiots start making decisions just like they did in Black Mesa, everything will happen yet again. Nobody. Maybe things will not be as smooth as they came to be. Maybe it would be the end of the world. The end of the world. So Magnusson, is he evil? In my opinion, he's not. He's just a damaged person, wants to do the right thing. He's bloody awesome. Do I think that he has to step it down and, be a bit nicer and stop being a 100%? Does that make him evil? I don't think.